Good morning, Valle. Today's a special day because, as we see in the news, it's the day that 3i Atlas passes the closest to Earth. Or, in other terms, the day when Atlas comes back with Horus's eye. As you recall, Horus lost his third eye in a battle with Set. Now, I could read you the whole story. You'll find it in the Chester Beatty book on page 13. But if I read the whole story, I might get censored because it's a little bit racy, maybe. I don't know. Not appropriate for children, for sure, unless the parents explain. And I don't know that many parents who could accurately explain what's in that myth. But what I will do is read a summary of the story that AI presents. It's a little more appropriate for a mixed audience. So here it is, as presented by Google's AI. The fight between Horus and Set was a prolonged cosmic and political struggle for the throne of Egypt, following Set's murder of his brother and Horus's father, Osiris. The conflict, which lasted for decades, ultimately ended with Horus as the rightful ruler, symbolizing the triumph of order over chaos. The cause: Set, the god of chaos, was jealous of his brother Osiris, the king of Egypt. He murdered Osiris and cut his body into pieces, scattering them across Egypt to usurp the throne. Osiris's wife, Isis, gathered the pieces and magically conceived a son, Horus, whom she raised in secret to one day avenge his father. Once grown, Horus challenged Set for the kingship. The dispute was brought before the Ennead, an assembly of the gods. The conflict involved a mix of physical battles, magical duels, and legal arguments. In one of the many battles, Set gouged out Horus's left eye, which was later restored by the god Thoth and became the eye of Horus's symbol of healing. Horus, in turn, is said to have mutilated Set, sometimes by depriving him of his masculinity. The gods engaged in various contests, such as a boat race, where Horus used a clever trick to win after Set's stone boat sank. A particularly bizarre episode involved Set attempting to sexually assault Horus to humiliate him and prove dominance. But Horus's mother, Isis, intervened with a trick that resulted in Set unknowingly ingesting Horus's semen in a lettuce, thereby proving Horus's dominance when the semen was summoned by Thoth in front of the council. The gods often intervened to stop the fighting. Frustrated by the prolonged nature of the dispute, which lasted 80 years in some accounts, the gods eventually sent a letter to Osiris in the underworld for a final verdict. The resolution: Osiris declared that his son Horus was the rightful heir because the throne should not be obtained through murder. The gods finally agreed and declared Horus the king of Egypt. Set was banished to the desert, or in some versions, became a protector of the sun god Ra's solar boat. Horus's victory established the principle of legitimate kingship and restored Ma'at, cosmic order, to the world. The pharaohs of ancient Egypt are considered the living embodiments of Horus. So there you go. And we're in a particular time in history, but here on Earth, things are stretched out. Time is much, much different. So here on Earth, we haven't experienced the resolution of this story yet. But with 3i Atlas coming near Earth, we can presume that this is Atlas. And Atlas was a powerful titan in the Greek mythology, considered a deity who personified endurance and strength. He was condemned by Zeus to hold up the sky for eternity. But guess what? Will he have to continue holding up the sky once the eye of Horus is returned to Horus? Because Horus was the god of the sky. So Atlas is bringing Horus his eye. Horus will get his eye and rule the sky once more. So as I said, this is a very special day. This is Cindy K. Courier for Valle Life News.